All right, kids. In the spirit of full disclosure, I made a video. And then I hadn't turned the sound on. And there's no do-overs. So maybe the universe is like, you did so good yesterday, kid. I did this new breathing thing this morning, and I had a whole big piece of information that I know my mind was screaming for, but I've just been in like, I don't need to know, I don't need to know. And it started showing up just rapidly. And I wrote down 5 different movie ideas, sketches. I was actually writing the script. It was just coming out of me. And I got so excited. And all I could think was, if I started, if I'd quit yesterday, which I wanted to, I wouldn't have gotten that chunk I was waiting for. So in the spirit of keeping this short, because I'm not going to try and recreate it, but I wanted to keep my commitment of putting something up there. And truth be told, I was going to actually put the whole 17 minutes up there just with nothing. And then whoever came up with the best lip syncing script, I would have sent you a prize. But I deleted all of them before I got that great idea. But it could happen again. So I need to put little notes up of what I need to remember to do before I just wing it. So, now what was I going to say? So I guess what I wanted to say was, when we want to quit, it's generally right at the verge when there's a breakthrough coming, when the information's coming. And what I tell people is, when you set a goal or a commitment or whatever it is, I know it feels frustrating because it feels like the universe just throws all these huge stops in your way, and it will. Because you've got to build the muscle to keep going for yourself, not to rely on anybody else. And I think that's the biggest thing I learned yesterday. I had to re-listen to the tape with my son, which was good for me, actually. One, I learned I mumble, so I'm going to work on that. And the other one was, I actually could hear my advice to me, and it like sunk in. So, the last 10 days have been painful in a way, because I kept thinking that my family would eventually show up or say something. But it's just been dead silence. I mean, like, I'm not even here. And so that was a weight I was carrying, and I could feel it was just a wound I had in there. And an expectation that, my people should be supporting me. And then also the whole notion that I've got to clap for myself. And I really got it when I heard it from myself. It made me excited, because the people in life that are inspiring, they clap for themselves. Don't kid yourself. There may be a stadium full of people, but they clap for themselves long before. Because the universe just throws things in your way, but it's always for you. It's just so that you learn to trust yourself. It's like, this is too scary, this is too scary. And I feel my calling, and I'm moving forward. And no one else has to clap for me. It's running that marathon with nobody cheering. My son and I were talking about this last night, and if you had a musician that was in a theater, and he played, and it was a packed theater, and he's playing, and he's there because the crowd's there. Well, if the crowd started dissipating for whatever reason, like, oh, this isn't the stuff we thought he was going to play, or something seems off with him tonight, or I just feel tired, whatever it is, and they start leaving, he's not going to play with the same, drive or spunk or whatever. That's going to slowly die down. And if it got down to just a couple people, they'd probably just leave, because if they don't have that to generate it for them, they'll leave. But if you have an artist that's there, and he's in a theater, let's say there's 300 people, and he's a new guy, whatever. And a bunch of people are there and they realize, oh, it's not my thing. He's little, it's just not my style, whatever. They slowly start leaving. But because he's there just to have the experience and he's clapping for himself, he could be down to 2 people and he's totally connected to them and he's playing his little heart out. How extraordinary is that? Like, wouldn't you be in love with that person? Because 1, that takes balls. 2, he's committed to what he's doing and he's committed to sharing it with people, even if it's 2 people. They could be across the theater. They don't even have to be like a cute couple going, oh, he's still so great. They could be 2 people just staring at him. Committed. Just calling and he's committed. And that muscle would just help him keep going, keep going. But if you need a cheering club, you're gonna be in a world of hurt because it's fake. If you're running and everyone's cheering for you and then all of a sudden they stop, ugh, those last so many miles are gonna be horrible and then you're gonna be pissed. I did this for nothing. No one cares about me. This is stupid. On and on and on because you're doing it for someone else. So they would think you were cool. They would applaud you, whatever. But if you're clapping for yourself, you'll inspire yourself. You'll want to know you. You'll want to hang out with you. When you're feel that comfortable in your body and you're out and about and you build that muscle of just truly loving yourself because you're committed to what you're here to do, people will fall in love with that because it's hard. They don't even know what it is generally. They're just like, I want me some of that. And they want to be a part of your life. Maybe they want to help out whatever you're doing. You know, maybe you don't even know. It's like, well, I need a couple people that would even help me. You start first, and then we'll follow. When you're inspired, we will be inspired. That's how it works. And so what I'm really grateful for is that whole yelling in my head, like, no one's gonna like you, no one's watching, your family doesn't care, people think you're stupid, all that stuff you heard yesterday. I'm grateful for it because I had to look, like, am I really committed and am I really willing to step in this and be the best so that people have to listen? Be that good that they just take notice, because how can they not? Because I love it and I'm doing it and I'm clapping for myself. And I even saw some of the numbers today, well, yesterday when my son was looking at it, there was no reaction in my body. It was like, but I'm cheering for me. I'm clapping for me. And that's what counts. It's all that counts. And then when you know you're clapping for you, it's easier to step forward because you're not looking around like, does anyone notice what I'm doing? Anyone? You better notice. When you notice, then you stop caring if they're noticing, and then guess what? Then they suddenly care. Just the way it works. But it's fun because at the end result, you love you, and if no one ever looked, and if no one ever cared, you had the experience of being alive and doing something you loved, and it changed you. And then you can go into the next thing with that confidence and move forward again and create again and get better and better and gooder and gooder. And there'll be some point where people can't not watch. So I'm really grateful for the 1, 2, 5, whatever people that watch. But what I love is I'm watching. And I'm learning from myself. And I like what she's teaching me. So thank you for being in a space that I can do that. And I hope that you're getting something from this too. Thanks. Bye.